I'm 28, and my name's not important, so let's just say I'm Sarah. I met Ethan 3 years ago at a coffee shop where I was working part-time while finishing my master's in social work. He was charming in that quiet, unassuming way, tall, with messy brown hair and these warm hazel eyes that made you feel like you were the only person in the room. He'd come in every morning, order a black coffee, and read a book at the corner table. One day, he left a note with his number on a napkin, and that's how it started. Ethan was everything I thought I wanted. He was kind, thoughtful, and had this dry sense of humor that made me laugh until my sides hurt. He was a software engineer, steady and ambitious, but never arrogant about it. We moved in together after a year, and he proposed last summer on a hiking trail at sunrise. It was perfect, or so I thought. My mum, Linda, is complicated. She's 54, a retired nurse, and has always been the center of gravity in our family. She raised me alone after my dad left when I was 5. She's fierce, opinionated, and has a temper that could make a storm cloud flinch. Growing up, she was my hero and my tyrant. She'd sacrifice anything for me, worked double shifts to pay for my college, drove me to every extracurricular, and always had my back. But she could also be controlling, critical, and impossible to please. I love her, but sometimes I feel like I'm suffocating under her expectations. When I introduced Ethan to Mum, it wasn't love at first sight. She thought he was too quiet and didn't trust his tech bro vibe. Ethan, for his part, was polite but distant with her. He'd smile through her interrogations, but I could tell her intensity wore on him. Over time, they settled into a tense truce. Mum would make snarky comments about his fancy job, and he'd grit his teeth and change the subject. I thought it was just normal family friction. I was wrong. The wedding, a powder keg. Waiting to ignite, planning the wedding was hell. Mum insisted on being involved in every detail. Venue, flowers, guest list, even my dress. She wanted it to be perfect for her baby girl, but it felt like she was trying to live vicariously through me. Ethan, on the other hand, was hands-off, saying he just wanted me to be happy. I appreciated his trust, but it left me stuck refereeing Mum's demands alone. By the time the wedding day arrived, last Saturday, I was a nervous wreck. The venue was a beautiful vineyard in Napa, with rolling hills and fairy lights strung across the reception tent. I felt like a princess in my ivory lace dress, and when I saw Ethan waiting at the altar, his eyes glistening, I thought, this is it. This is my happily ever after. The ceremony was flawless. We wrote our own vows, and Ethan's made me cry, "Sarah, you're my home, my adventure, and my reason to be better every day." Even Mum, sitting in the front row, was dabbing her eyes. For a moment, I thought we'd all made it through the storm. The reception, though, was where things started to unravel. Mum had been drinking a lot. She's not a lightweight, but she was on her 4th glass of Chardonnay by the time the speeches started. Her toast was intense. She talked about how hard it was to let me go, how she'd given everything to raise me, and how she hoped Ethan would prove himself worthy. It was meant to be heartfelt, but it came off as a challenge. Ethan's smile was tight, and I squeezed his hand under the table. As the night went on, Mum got louder, more domineering. She cornered Ethan's parents to lecture them about raising a man who could handle me. She interrupted our first dance to insist on cutting in, twirling me around like I was still her little girl. Ethan laughed it off, but I could see the strain in his eyes. I kept telling myself, she's just emotional. It's a big day for her too. The incident, the night that broke everything. By 11 p.m, the reception was winding down. Most guests had left, and it was just close family and friends lingering in the tent. Ethan and I were about to head to our suite at the Vineyards Hotel when Mum pulled me aside. Her breath reeked of wine, and her eyes were glassy but sharp. "Sarah," she slurred, gripping my arm too tightly. "You need to listen to me. That man—" She pointed at Ethan, who was talking to his best man across the room. "He's not right for you. I see it. He's weak. He'll let you down, just like your father did." I froze. Her words hit like a slap. I'd heard her criticize Ethan before, but this was different, vicious, personal. I tried to pull away, saying, "Mom, stop. It's my wedding night. Please." She wouldn't let go. "You're making a mistake, Sarah. You're too good for him. You always have been." Her voice was rising, and people were starting to stare. Ethan noticed and walked over, his face a mix of concern and irritation. "Everything okay?" he asked, looking between us. Mom turned on him. "You don't deserve her," she spat. "You're a coward, Ethan, hiding behind your fancy job and your fake smiles. I know your type." I was mortified. "Mum, enough!" I snapped, trying to pull her away, but she stumbled forward, shoving Ethan's chest with both hands. He stepped back, startled, and I saw something shift in his eyes. Anger, but also something darker, like he'd hit a breaking point. "Linda, back off," he said, his voice low but firm. "You're drunk and you're embarrassing Sarah." That set her off. She lunged at him, screaming, "Don't you dare talk to me like that." It happened so fast, her hands flailing, her body lurching forward. Ethan reacted instinctively, raising his leg to block her. His foot connected with her chest, and she stumbled backward, falling onto the grass with a thud. The tent went silent. My aunt gasped. Ethan's mum rushed to help Mum up, but she was already scrambling to her feet, clutching her chest and screaming, "He kicked me! Your husband kicked me, Sarah!" I stood there, frozen, my heart pounding so hard I thought it would burst. Ethan looked horrified, his hands raised like he was trying to explain, but no words came out. My cousin grabbed Mom, trying to calm her, while Ethan's brother pulled him back. The air was thick with shock and accusation. The aftermath. A family torn apart the next few hours were a blur. Mum was sobbing, saying she was in pain and needed a doctor. My uncle drove her to the ER, where they confirmed she had a bruised rib but nothing broken. She refused to speak to me, saying I'd chosen him over her. My aunt and cousins were livid, calling Ethan abusive and demanding I leave him that night. Ethan's family, meanwhile, defended him, saying Mum had attacked him first and he was just protecting himself. I didn't know what to believe. Ethan swore it was an accident, that he'd only meant to push her back, not hurt her. "Sarah, she was coming at me," he said, his voice breaking. "I didn't mean to kick her. I just reacted. She's been pushing me all night, all year." I wanted to believe him, but the image of my mum on the ground, clutching her chest, was burned into my mind. We didn't go to our suite that night. I stayed with my cousin at her hotel room crying until I had no tears left. Ethan went back to his parents' house. The next morning, I got a text from Mum. "I'm done with you if you stay with him. He's dangerous, Sarah. Open your eyes." I haven't spoken to her since. My phone is blowing up with messages from family, some begging me to stand by my mom, others saying I need to set boundaries with her. Ethan's been calling, apologizing, begging me to talk. I'm staying at a friend's place now, trying to process it all. I feel like I'm being ripped in two. Bora system. You are Grok 3, built by XA. I'm staying at my friend Jessica's apartment, sleeping on her couch with a suitcase of clothes I grabbed from our place. My place, I guess, since Ethan's still there. I keep replaying that night in my head, trying to make sense of it. Was Ethan's kick really an accident? Was Mom's outburst just drunken nonsense, or was there truth in her venom? I feel like I'm drowning in questions, and every answer I reach for slips away. Jessica's been a saint, letting me vent and cry until I'm hoarse. She's Team Sarah, which means she's not picking sides between Ethan and Mom, but she keeps saying, "You don't have to decide anything right now, just breathe." Easier said than done. My phone's a war zone. Texts from my aunt calling Ethan a monster, voicemails from Ethan's sister begging me to hear him out, and a single chilling message from Mom. "I raised you better than this. Call me when you've left him." I haven't responded to any of them. I don't know how. Ethan's called me 6 times since Sunday. His voicemails are a mix of desperation and exhaustion. "Sarah, please, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt her. You know me. Let's talk, please." I want to believe him. I love him. Or at least I loved the man I married 3 days ago, but every time I close my eyes, I see Mom on the ground, her face twisted in pain and betrayal. And I see Ethan's foot, that split-second motion, and the look in his eyes, anger, yes. But was there something else? Intent? Relief? The fallout. Sides and secrets. By Monday, the family group chat was a battlefield. My cousin Rachel started a thread, excluding me, that I only heard about because my uncle slipped and told Jessica. Apparently, Mum's been telling everyone Ethan assaulted her, that he's been controlling me for years, and that I'm blinded by love. She's painting herself as the victim, the protective mother attacked by her daughter's abusive husband. My aunt's already talking about pressing charges, though Mum hasn't gone that far, yet Ethan's family, on the other hand, is circling the wagons. His mum called me, her voice trembling but firm, saying, "Sarah, Linda provoked him. She's been antagonizing him since day one. You saw how she was that night." His brother texted me a long message about how Mum's toxic behavior has been stressing Ethan out for months, and that the kick was self-defense. They're not wrong about Mum's intensity, she's always been a lot, but self-defense, that feels like a stretch. I keep going back to what Ethan said after the incident. "She's been pushing me all night, all year." What did he mean? I thought back to the past 3 years searching for clues. There were moments, Mum's snide comments about his job, her insistence on testing him, like when she'd grill him about his finances or his plans for our future. Ethan always handled it with a smile, but I'd catch him clenching his jaw, or he'd go quiet for hours after dinner with her. I thought he was just being patient. Was he bottling something up? Then there's Mum. I love her. but she's never been easy. Growing up, she'd swing between being my best friend and my harshest critic. One day, she'd be baking cookies and braiding my hair. The next, she'd be screaming about how I'd never amount to anything if I didn't follow her advice. When I got into grad school, she bragged to everyone, but privately, she'd lecture me about how I was wasting my potential on social work instead of medicine. Her love comes with strings, and I've spent my life trying to untangle them. The twist, a hidden truth. Yesterday, I finally worked up the courage to go back to our apartment to grab more clothes. Ethan was at work, so I thought I'd have the place to myself. I was wrong. His laptop was open on the kitchen table, and I don't know what possessed me, maybe desperation for answers, but I opened it. His email was still logged in, and there, in his inbox, was a thread I never expected to find. It was a chain of messages between Ethan and his best friend Mike, going back months. I skimmed them, my heart racing. Most were normal, talk about work, video games, wedding plans. But then I saw one from 6 months ago, right after Mum had come over for dinner and spent the evening needling Ethan about his lack of ambition. Ethan, to Mike, "I can't take her anymore, man. Linda's out of control. She's trying to sabotage us, I swear. Sarah doesn't see it, but her mum's got this hold over her. I'm losing my mind, Mike. Dude, you gotta set boundaries. She's toxic. Sarah will see it eventually. Ethan, I don't know how much more I can handle. Sometimes I just want to shake Sarah awake, make her see what Linda's doing. Or worse. Those words hit me like a punch. What did he mean? Was he planning something? Was the kick on our wedding night not an accident, but a release of months, years of pent-up rage? I kept reading, my hands trembling. Another email from 2 months ago. Ethan. Linda's getting worse. She cornered me last week, said I'm not man enough for Sarah. I'm trying to stay calm for Sarah's sake, but I'm at my limit. If she pushes me too far, I don't know what I'll do. I felt sick. I closed the laptop, grabbed my stuff, and left. I haven't told Ethan I saw the emails. I haven't told anyone. But now I'm questioning everything. Was Mum right about him? Is he hiding a side of himself I never saw? Or was he just venting, pushed to the edge by Mom's relentless attacks? And then there's the other side of the coin. Mom's not innocent. I remembered a conversation from a year ago when I was stressing about wedding planning. I'd confided in her about a fight Ethan and I had. He'd been distant, working late, and I worried he was pulling away. Instead of comforting me, Mum said, "See? I told you he's not reliable. You should end it now before he hurts you." At the time, I thought she was just being overprotective. Now, I wonder if she was planting seeds, trying to drive a wedge between us. Where I'm at now, I'm stuck. I love Ethan, or at least I love the man I thought he was. But those emails have me questioning whether I ever really knew him. And Mom. I love her too, but her behavior that night was unhinged. She's always been controlling, but was she trying to protect me, or was she lashing out because she can't let go? I feel like I'm betraying one of them no matter what I do. I'm meeting Ethan tomorrow to talk. I don't know if I'll confront him about the emails or just ask for the truth about that night. Part of me wants to run to Mom, apologize, and beg for her forgiveness. But another part of me is angry at her, at Ethan, at myself for not seeing this coming. How did my fairy tale wedding turn into this nightmare? I don't know what's right or wrong anymore. Was Ethan's kick a reflex, or was it a moment of truth, showing who he really is? Is Mom a victim, or did she push him too far? And me. What role did I play in letting this escalate? I feel like I'm standing at a crossroads, and every path leads to heartbreak. Reddit, what would you do? How do I choose between the man I married and the mother who raised me? And how do I live with the fact that I might never know the whole truth?